Hello students, this is lecture 7 on p-block element. Here we are going to discuss about the compounds of the p-block element, especially when it comes to the first element, nitrogen. Okay, nitrogen exists. Okay, nitrogen will exist as a dinitrogen. In a natural state, it will exist as nitrogen. We say this to be N2 or N2 gas. It will exist in the gaseous form. Okay, N2 will be in the gaseous form. This is the first compound, nitrogen, we are learning over here, and the preparation method. So let's learn the preparation of N2. Here we are going to learn three methods of preparation of N2. Yes. So first method, I'll just mark this as one. So this first method is done by two step. That is step one. Step one is reacting NaNO2 plus ammonium chloride. If we heat this compound, what we get is salt NaCl plus NH4NO2. Now here sodium is getting combined with the chlorine. Since sodium is group 1 element, okay? Since uh, since sodium is group 1 element, means it is highly electropositive electropositive element, and it has high affinity of high affinity for halogens. Okay, so that is the thing. 1 minute, our student. Let's see that. Yeah, it is having high affinity for the halogens. This is step one. Now, what is step two for of the same process? Is right. Step two. What we are getting is NH4NO2. Sorry, I made a mistake. This is NH4NO2, ammonium nitrate. If we do the thermal decomposition, if we heat this compound to very high temperature, now how to remember? See, remembering all these reactions will be very tedious task, because you don't just learn one reaction, you are going to learn many reactions over here, and when you learn many reactions, you just end up messing with it all, right? So here, uh, how many water molecules? Like there are four hydrogens and two oxygens, right? So if we remove how many water molecule? Two water molecules. Then I can write it to be 2H2O. Like if I remove four hydrogens and two oxygens, what is remaining? Two nitrogens are remaining, right? That is what you can remember this way. So here, remove, remove uh, as much possible, as much possible H2O molecule. Okay, here we can just remove two water molecules, and rest what is remain is this and this, and this is just a trick, not a mechanism I'm showing. So this is how the N2 could be prepared. This is the very easy way to remember this reaction. Next reaction, next reaction we are going to learn is from ammonium dichromate. From ammonium dichromate. Now, what is ammonium dichromate? This is what I'm writing. NH4 2 Cr2O7. Now, before going into the reaction of the ammonium dichromate, what is ammonium dichromate? Why it is called dichromate? Let us understand. So, like I am writing this over here, NH4 2 Cr2O7. This is orange color compound, orange color compound. Now, if there is a Na, okay, NaCl is there, so we can easily say that Na is having a plus one charge and Cl is having a minus one charge. If there is MgCl2, MgCl2. Now here, this is having a plus two of oxidation state, and this Cl is having minus one. Okay, that is what we say if we split this up. I'm giving you this explanation because I want to explain you something about this and how to not make mistakes in writing this formula. Like charge on this magnesium, it is Mg2 plus, no, and this will split as 2Cl minus, 2 into minus 1 minus 2 and 2 into 1. So plus 2. The charge is balanced. So this is how the salts or any compound is there. Whole compound is neutral. So NH4 twice it is written and this is Cr2O7, right? So here if I write NH3, NH3 is a neutral molecule. It is a neutral. There is no any charge on it. It is neutral. With respect to charge, it is neutral, right? But when I write NH4, it is positive because it donates its electron to form a fourth bond, and that is how it is having a NH4. Now you tell me there are NH4 2 means if I want to split this, then I will split this as 2 NH4, 2 times NH4 and plus 1 means the charge on this molecule is plus 1. And since this is 2 into plus 1, what should be charge on this? It is Cr2O7 2 minus dichromate. Right? That is how the potassium dichromate, that is about the ammonium dichromate. Let's go ahead with the reaction. If we heat this, okay, this is called as thermal. We are thermally decomposing. You can write over here in bracket, we can write it is thermal decomposition. This is thermal decomposition. Now here also remove as many as water molecules possible we can remove, right? So here you can see that it is 8 water molecule, 8 hydrogens are there. So I can remove 4H2O. 4H2O, right? Means 8 hydrogens are gone means and 4 oxygen. So how many oxygen are remaining? Still 3 oxygen are remaining, right? So it is Cr2O3 plus plus nitrogen. 2 nitrogens are remaining, and that is how N2 could be created. This is a gas, right? This is solid, and since this is in liquid state. So since this is in gaseous state, it could be easily separated from the other byproducts. See, always remember, if the products are in the same state, byproducts and the product, main product are in the same physical state, then it becomes, there are different methods of separation. But if by chance the main product is in the gaseous state or some other state than the other byproducts, then it is very easy for us to separate it from the byproducts. Since here it is in the gaseous state, here it is very easy for us to remove the nitrogen from the other water and a Cr2O3, and it is so effective. here this was the orange compound, ammonium dichromate, and this is green color compound. This is green color compound. Remember. Now, what could be a question? How the questions could be asked in an exam? Question. Right, right. Question could be like this. An orange, an orange compound on heating gives green compound and two neutral gases. And okay, here water will be also, remember, here water will be in a gaseous form. And by mistake, I wrote it like a liquid compound and two neutral gases. Identify them. So here it is ammonium dichromate. That is what the thing is. So these are the two preparations we complete from here. Let's go for a next preparation. Third method of preparation is by barium hazard. And what we are preparing still, we are preparing this compound that is nitrogen gas from barium hazide. Now, what is barium hazide? I will write formula BaN3 2. This is barium hazide. So, let us understand what is azide. Azide is this N3 minus. There is a minus one of charge. This is a azide. A very good characteristics, a very significant characteristic of azide is azides are explosives. Okay, it is explosive in nature. So if we prepare a barium as if we prepare a nitrogen from this, we get it very best advantage is we get it in a very uh, purest form. We get N2 in purest form, purest form from BaN32, or we can also use a sodium hazard Na. So barium we require 2 times N3. For sodium, we just require a minus only one time N3 because N3 itself is minus one and Na is plus one. Barium is plus two, so that's why we require this to be two times. Like we have, if we had written a MgCl2, if we write it is MgCl2, then we require two chlorine for one Mg, and for NaCl we just require one Cl. Same way for or best example I can compare here is BaCl2. Okay, if you know this, then you will understand this formula. BaCl2 we require 2 Cl for 1 barium. NaCl we require just 1 Cl for 1 Na. So same way N3. Here we require 2 N3 for 1 barium. Here we require just 1 N3 for 1 sodium. So that is the thing. It is based on the oxidation state and the charges. So if we decompose this, if we decompose this means if we heat this compound, then what I will get is barium plus 3 moles of N2 gas, and this is a symbol for a gas. So azide, when it comes to the azide, what will be its structure? Okay, what will be its structure? And from where it is coming? So N2, sorry, N3 minus comes from HN3. Okay, this looks like a similar to the NH3. Don't get confused. This is HN3. This is called as hydrozoic acid. This is a hydrozoic azoic acid. Okay, HN3. And HN3 is a very strong, very strong reducing agent. It is reducing agent. A reason maybe it is because it can give its hydrogen very easily and it can form a N3 minus. Okay, if I want to show the splitting HN3, it will split as a H plus and a N3 minus. Let us look at the structure and let us decode how it is having a minus 3 of charge. See, nitrogen, uh, it could be, this is one of the structure I can represent, a nitrogen over here, and this is the another nitrogen, right? So when we look at this structure, this nitrogen, this middle nitrogen is having a four bonds, right? Simplest way I can show you is that if NH4 plus was there, NH4, then we put a positive sign. So this is NH4 plus. Then since it should have been 3, but here it is just 2, so I'm putting minus 1, and here also this nitrogen is minus 1. The overall charge on this molecule is minus 2 plus 1, so it is minus 1. So overall charge on this is minus 1, so that's why N3 is minus 1 charge. N3 has a minus 1 of charge. If other structure could be represented in this way: nitrogen, this nitrogen plus, and here this could be minus 2. Yeah, this is minus 2. Since it is forming only one bond, it will have minus 2, and this is 0. So now also it is having a charge of minus 1. This could be another structure for the N3 molecule. So I'll end this class over here. The class went little long. It is almost 17 minutes. But I hope the things will be very helpful for you to just remember like if you just remember these tricks, um, how to remember the reaction. If you just go through these tricks, and these tricks are really helpful to remember the reactions. So when it comes to the inorganic, the remembering part and exceptions, these things are more. So you need to focus on these things. Okay, how to remember the reactions. Remembering should not be such a way that um, you keep on remembering, but there is no uh, support for it. We always need support. Certain support should be required. Support is what? Like here in the previous example, here in um, this example, I said that remove as much possible as H2O molecule. Like you are removing. This is the support. And now here, sodium chloride has a higher affinity for the halides. This is a support statement. Okay, so this makes your learning easy and remembering of the reactions easy. So I'll stop this class over here. See you in the next class. Thank you.